Every so often I get a call from someone who's gone to a halfway house. Either they're contemplating staying there or they are currently staying there. What I've found several times over the years is that someone will call me, indicate that the person who runs the halfway house has told them that they will represent them in court, that they will speak to the judge and get their case changed, either from the regular court or to drug court, or in some instances terminate their probation or their requirements. Folks, the only person that can represent you in the state of Florida is a Florida approved attorney. Someone that's governed by the Florida bar, who's taken all the requisite courses and has become an attorney, taken the Florida bar. Someone from a halfway house cannot represent you. Okay? They have no standing in a court. The only time that they can stand in a court and testify to anything is when they're called as a witness by an attorney. Again, they have no standing. What standing means is that they have no right to stand before the court to represent anybody else. Most of these halfway houses are run by former addicts. Now, being a former addict obviously doesn't make you a bad person, because I view addicts as someone who's going through a disease. But what I do find in a lot of these halfway houses is former addicts who, in my opinion, are taking advantage of the system. They know that a lot of judges think that this halfway house is some miraculous place where individuals are actually being rehabilitated back into society, hence the word halfway house. Because you've left your drug rehabilitation facility, and some of those are scams, but that's another argument. Once they left the drug rehabilitation center where there's medical staff and properly trained people and people with degrees and background and then information, and then they leave that, they're usually doing an outpatient program, which involves group meetings and Narcotics Anonymous and Alcohol Anonymous. And really what the halfway house is doing is having someone kind of babysit you during that time. This way you can go out, do your job in the morning, you can get up, you can go to a group meeting or an NA meeting, you can go to work, you can come home, you can have a group meeting. And someone's sort of checking up on you. Again, I call it babysitting. None of these people, again, have standing to speak in court for you. So I'm not big on halfway houses. I've had clients that have gone into halfway houses as part of their probation, part of their drug rehabilitation. But it concerns me greatly, because I get call after call in regards to people telling me that the folks at the halfway house are saying that they can represent these individuals in court and to pay them this fee and that fee. Folks, they can't do it. Halfway houses are basically a hotel where you're babysitted. They usually rent a 3-bedroom, 2-bath house. Instead of having three adults in there, they put 4 adults per bedroom. They bunk up and they charge you a fee. It's a way to get money. It's a loophole in the system because anyone can do it. There's no training. There's no particular certificates. It's pretty simple to do. Anyone can do it. So just be wary next time someone from not a rehabilitation, but whether it be a rehabilitation or a halfway house, tells you that they can represent you in court. They can't represent you in the court unless they are a Florida approved attorney. Thanks for listening.